Chef Yves Dechaine, and today we are in the Brookside Sobeys community room with Dave Lawrence, on-air personality for New Country 92.3. And today we're going to be talking about, well, what you kind of do, kind of putting the face to the radio voice.
Yes.
And we'll talk about the books that you've written and all the fun stuff that you're doing here in the city. So thanks so much for joining me today, Dave.
This is awesome. I'm so excited. I do not know how to cook whatsoever. Happy to be here. Excited to learn a few things and do this. This is going to be so cool.
Great. So we're going to start off with something really, really simple. We're making grilled cheese today. We're going to show you how simple or how complicated your grilled cheeses can be.
Yeah.
But before we get started about that, you're an author along with an on-air personality. And when I found out that you were writing children's book to illustrate what it's like to have a son or what it's like to have autism, I thought that was great. My son as well is autistic, different spectrum.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's always interesting to find out more about that, and through books is fantastic. So tell me a little bit more about your book.
Yeah, it really started for me during the danger where they're kind of COVID times, right? I was sitting at home a lot. Had binge watched, I think, everything that streaming services had to provide, and I was trying to think of something to do that would be a bit more constructive, and somehow just writing a book came into my head, and I realized that through all the literature that we had, with Noah, we have 3 boys, and Noah's our middle guy, and he's the only one that's autistic. I didn't really see a lot of books out there where the lead character was autistic, and you could sort of see the world through their eyes, because certainly every day with Noah, we're looking through this lens of his eyes. And so I just was like, okay, I'll write it, and I'll see if I can do it. And I wrote it, and I was pretty happy with it. And then the process after that was, well, now how do I get it into a book? Because much like cooking, I can't draw. My stick men are hurting. So I went through like a different a website to hire somebody, and it took like a year to find somebody. And I finally found somebody, and then we got the books, and all of a sudden it was made. I thought I'd sell 20 copies, and my mom would buy 18 of them.
Yeah.
And it blew up and became a bestseller on Amazon. And then Chapters picked it up, and so on and so forth. And it's just been an awesome journey. And then it inspired me to write the second one about him going to school, which he did as well, and that sort of lens as well of being around other kids and stuff. So yeah, it's been really cool, and people really connect to the books. And it's just been awesome.
So the books, you said that finally published, is it self-published or did you find a publishing agency?
Yeah, I just went through Amazon and published it through Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where you get it from originally, and then I supply Chapters and things like that. It's just kind of an idiot's guide to publishing a book, and I just sort of follow the steps. The girl who did the animations was amazing. She had done them before. She's out in San Antonio, and she just sent me the files I needed and told me what to do and made it very easy, actually. And it's been cool to sort of inspire some others to write some books as well that I know have children with autism or in that sort of lens or in that world, and they've kind of sent me messages asking, hey, how do I write a book? And it's like, I haven't talked to you in 15 years. So, no, but it's been great to inspire others to write some children's books as well. And these books obviously mean a lot to me, and they've connected with a lot of people as well.
Well, no, and I was able to leaf through a couple when I found out that you were an author, so I leafed through them, and it's great because you can see some different similarities, because a lot of autistic children, the spectrum is so wide that no two child is alike.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that there are some similarities and just kind of how to approach them. It gives us a way to kind of look at it through a different lens. I know that when my son was first diagnosed, it answered a lot of questions for me, like, am I being a bad dad because he can't catch a ball?
Right.
Am I being a bad dad because he can't ride a bike? And then when you find out, well, it's not because of lack of trying, it's just because he was wired that way.
Yeah.
It kind of takes a little bit off of you, and then you kind of focus. And I mean, my focus was a little bit different. It was on nutrition and how to feed his mind that way.
Right.
But your outlet is your books. Are we going to see more as Noah grows?
Yeah, we'll see. His 2 brothers are kind of hounding me, like, we want to be in one of them. So we'll see if we can make that work as well. But yeah, these ones for now, and it's like you said, like, I have Noah, so that's my personal experience, but to see how it connects with other people and all the messages I got about like how much people love them and stuff like that. And I think one of the best compliments I ever received was a friend of a friend, it was like of my mother-in-law. She is a teacher back in Ontario, and she said that oh, she was having a horrible first week. You know, there's a kid in the class who's autistic and has a broken arm, and the other kids are really making fun of that kid. And every time she turns around, she's witnessing some bullying. And she mentioned, well, oh, my daughter, like a friend of a friend, like her husband wrote a book, and she got the book, read it to the class, and the next day, all the children in the class had taken it upon themselves to write "Get Well Soon" cards and give them, and it totally changed the mindset of the kids in the class. So not only for children with autism, but other kids too, so they can sort of understand what those kids are going through.
Well, that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
back when we were younger, it was not as prevalent. It was just as prevalent, but not as widely diagnosed. So it was the weird kid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and everybody remembers the weird kid.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice that, again, books like yours and other authors are really showing the world so diversely that, again, and kindness is the elevator, I guess, in all of this, right?
Yeah, hopefully we can maybe in the third book incorporate you, because one of the things, as you probably know already, you're on the nutrition side, getting Noah to try new foods is really difficult because he's got a specific palate on a few things and that's it. So we can do something here today that where I can get him to try something new of something that he likes. I would be all for that, and we're putting Chef Yves in the third book, I think, for sure, 100%.
Oh, geez.
Let's do it.
I'm flattered, and that's awesome. That'd be great, yeah. So before we get into this, you are an on-air personality, and people have heard your voice every morning on their drive into work with New Country.
Yes.
And so being one of the top radio personalities here in the city, do you get recognized a lot, or is it your voice or your face? Yeah.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people they'll walk up to me and be like, I love $1,000 Minute, the game you play every morning, or I love this, or blah, 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 and it's good to put a face to the voice. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, a lot of people will come up to me and they recognize the voice or they recognize me, and I do a lot of events in the city. So I always say that the job on the radio, to me, is like 30% of the job. And what's funny is you get up so early for morning radio. That's the crazy part. Back where I'm from in London, Ontario, my two best friends worked for a delivery service. And we'd hang out on Sundays and they'd be like, dude, we got to go to bed. We got to get up at 4:30 to load the trucks. And I'd be like, you guys are suckers. I'll never work a job where I have to get up that early. And of course, cruel fate has me now in morning radio. I'm up just as early as they are. But I love it. I do the job. I wake people up. I try to get them to start their day with a smile on their face is always the goal. But that to me is like 30% of the job, being a part of this community and doing countless events. And I'm the voice of UNB Reds and all these sort of things I do and all these events that I MC, the book readings, everything else I can do in the community, pancake breakfast, whatever the MC event is. I got a full dance card all the time, and that's my favorite part. But that's probably the biggest part, is to get out there in this great community. I say it on my show all the time. It's kind of my catchphrase. We're friends, we're family, we're neighbors, and I just love being part of it. And yeah, I've had a lot of requests, and the dance card remains full, so you can see me almost everywhere.
Well, that's fantastic.
Almost everywhere. Yeah.
So we'll be back after these few messages to show Dave how to make grilled cheese. Welcome back to Easy Eats. Again, we are here with Dave from New Country and also author. So, Dave, we're going to make grilled cheese. So like I was saying at the top of the show, my son as well lives with autism.
Yeah.
And we've gone through the same and similar thing, is they get fixated on certain foods and then that just becomes what they eat. It's kind of like a comfort thing, like a security blanket.
Exactly.
And my son's thing was grilled cheese.
Nice.
And it took me forever to get him to go from 2 slices of white bread and a Kraft single into something else.
Yeah.
So before we started this, I gave him a call and I said, so what kind of grilled cheeses are you eating now?
Okay.
So this recipe right here is Dominic's grilled cheese.
Oh, cool.
So what we're gonna do is, it's really simple. You just grab your pan, you get it nice and warm.
Pan.
Pan, exactly.
Got it, okay.
You want to make sure that it's not too hot because you don't want to scorch or toast it before the cheese is melted. So you got it on about a medium heat or so.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is we're going to grab a little bit of butter. Some people use mayonnaise, but I'm not sold on that yet.
Yeah.
It works great. You get a nice crust, but it's not something that I lean towards.
Yeah.
So, but a little bit of butter goes a long way. So you butter both sides.
Okay.
Just like this. So we'll make 2 grilled cheese, 1 for you, 1 for me. So put that down.
Okay.
Just like that. And then we're just going to grab our
It's
cheese.
sizzling. Is that normal?
It is normal, and you don't want to have it that hard sizzle. You're hearing it, it's just kind of slowly sizzling, which means everything's warming up, everything is browning.
Thank goodness. Okay.
And all we're going to do is we're going to grab some cheese.
Yes.
So we got some Swiss cheese right here.
Perfect.
The more cheese, the better in a grilled cheese, as far as I'm concerned.
I concur.
There we go. Third one right here, just like that. And then usually that's pretty much it. We put a top on and go from there.
Okay.
But a great way to incorporate things, you'll find that if you start out with the base food, and then I always tried to sneak stuff in, which never really worked because you have to be very direct and plan things out. So I kept on telling them, try it with different stuff. So we would make the regular grilled cheese, and then we would put, today we're using apple. So I would start off with on the side.
Okay.
And now we incorporate right into the grilled cheese.
Oh, very cool. All right.
So we're just going to grab an apple right like this, and then we're just going to thinly slice it. Just like that.
I would have lost 3 fingers by now.
Just takes practice, Dave. Practice.
Okay, good. Yeah, perfect.
There we
That's
go.
well done, yeah.
And then all we're going to do,
On the grilled cheese.
right on the grilled cheese. Just like that. So it's going to add a nice snap, a nice crunch.
You're a pineapple on your pizza guy, aren't you?
I am a pineapple on
Yes!
pizza guy, yeah.
I met one other person that likes pineapple on it. Okay, this is cool.
We'll
I
talk
like it.
about things, when Dominic does eat pizza, it has to have ham,
Okay.
bacon, pineapple.
Yes.
That's it.
I love it.
So there we go. We put the top on, just like that. And all we're going to do is we're going to let everything kind of brown and things like that.
Okay.
But while that's getting ready, let's talk a little bit more about Noah. You said that he has a couple siblings.
Yep, he's the middle guy, so he's 10, and he has his older brother William, who's 13, and then his younger brother Axel, who's 8. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So how does that dynamic work? We've got 3 kids as well.
Oh, no way. We're so similar.
We are
We're
so
good.
similar, but
Except for the cooking.
yeah.
Possible, not possible. Okay.
And my firstbourne is the one with autism.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, how do they interact? How do they treat Noah? I guess they treat them like a brother. I guess it really doesn't different. But are they supportive? Do they help out?
They are. William is the oldest 13-year-old you'll meet. Like, he is amazing. And Noah really connects with him, looks up to him. We used to, when William was younger, if he got in trouble or something like that and I raised my voice to him in any way, shape, or form, I'd feel like on the back of my head, it would be Noah, like, don't yell at my brother. Like, it would just whack me. William is amazing. Axel is great too, but they're closer in age, Axel and Noah. So they both love Thomas the Train, my goodness. And Noah has an unlimited number of trains. And if Axel is playing with them and Noah wants them, there can be, we call out the train war. So they strife a bit with each other the most. But Axel really does love his brother. He'll do whatever he can to help. But William is just awesome with him, and Noah really looks up to him, and he's just great, and he's just such a great, responsible, kind-hearted kid. And yeah, they get along in their own way. Axel and Noah, TBD. But for the most part, yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Well, and it is. I mean, I know that as siblings, I have 2 little brothers and a younger sister, and I mean, my sister and I did not get along. I think it was till after high school that we started to treat each other like people.
Right.
Not
Exactly,
just my sister, or oh, this is my brother. But we've gained a relationship. So I think maturity and things like that.
Yeah, they're getting there. They have their moments, and they really connect, and it's been really great to see Noah interact with his brothers. And that's the thing about children with autism, or they're nonverbal. If they walk into the room, for Noah to acknowledge them and be like, "Hi, Will," or "Hi, Axel," like, you're just, "Ooh, that was pretty cool. That was off to a good start." And they get along great for the most part. But yeah, siblings will bicker, that's for sure, and the odd train war will occur. So, but they're great.
All fodder for your book, right? All kinds of stories that you can jot down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe we'll get into those on the 3rd book as well. The brothers are like, when are we going to get a book? So William and Axel want to be in the next one. The problem is the books all rhyme, and not much rhymes with Axel. So I was like, would you consider changing your name? And he's like, if I'm in the book, yes. But we'll see. We'll see how I got to put pen to paper on that one yet. But yeah, we'll cover the brotherly bonds, I think, in the next one as well.
Well, that's it, and they I guess they do well, because I mean, he is getting a little bit more attention through these books and things like that. How is Noah dealing with all of that?
He's doing well. He has come to a couple of readings that I've done, and people are interested to meet him. And he's a great little dude. And it all depends on. It's tough bringing him to a school because he gets there and he sees the playground equipment. And he's like, outside, go play outside. But so that could be a bit challenging. But ultimately, he's really great, and it's really cool when people recognize him or want to take a picture with him or something like that. It's really neat. Like, that's Noah Bear, and. So he's a little celebrity in his own mind. I mean, he could be on this show one day.
Well, fantastic. Hopefully he will,
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on. So you can kind of smell, and the cooking's a lot about smell too. So
Yeah.
we're smelling that, and it smells like it should be toasted on one side. So I'm just going to quickly take a peek. And yeah, that was great. There we go. Perfect.
Whoa! Unbelievable.
There we are. And there we go. I find it a little too warm, so I'm just going to turn the heat down on it. And that's it. When you're cooking, it doesn't always have to be on high. And a lot of people get that wrong is, I want to cook fast, so I'm going to put it as high heat as possible.
Right.
But then what will happen, especially with grilled cheeses, is it'll toast everything, but it won't melt your cheese. So then it's not really a grilled cheese. It's just a toasted cheese sandwich.
So doing the Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom thing with the iron, you wouldn't recommend, you know that one?
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if you're in a pinch.
That's how I honestly thought grilled cheeses were made when I was younger. You take the iron, the same thing my dad's using on his shirts before work. That's how we make grilled cheese.
And I won't I won't lie, I've tried that.
You've done it?
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
But when you go to a hotel room and then you don't have much to cook with and you give it a
emergency
try.
grilled cheese situation, I can respect that. Okay.
And it's not my iron, it's the hotel's, so I wasn't all that worried about.
Okay,
So
good.
there we go. So all you're going to do, and then the secret is you just kind of push it down and squeeze it up.
Love it.
And then I just turn the heat down, especially with cast iron. Cast iron's great because it holds its heat.
Yeah.
And then once you get it to where you want it to be, you turn the heat down, and it'll maintain that nice kind of
Perfect.
heat for you, just like that.
Shout out to the good people at Cast Iron.
Absolutely. Tried and true forever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just going to let these crisp up and finish up, and we'll be back after these few messages. Welcome back to Easy Eats. Again, we are in the Brookside's community room with Dave Lawrence, on-air personality for New Country, and we're just about to finish our grilled cheese. They look great. I'm going to pull them off the grill, just like this.
All right.
Then we're just going to hold them off, let them cool down. Always a good idea to let them sit a little bit. That way the cheese doesn't burn your lips, and then
Fair.
And then, especially with you, if you burn your tongue or you burn your lips, it's hard to do your job, right?
Exactly. I guess, it could be a bit of an occupational hazard. Now, the apple is still in there. Is that correct?
The apple is still
There's
in there.
apple in there. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, moving back to your day job, I guess.
Yeah.
How hard is it? Is there a lot of preparation that goes into being a morning host, or is a lot of it just kind of
Not much. You're trying to always talk about things that are topical and what's everybody talking about. But also in a morning show, like, you could go heavy. And, every segment could be about down in the U.S. or all this and that. And I just feel like there's different avenues for that. I'm trying to focus on, connecting with the listeners of, with my family or, things that happen to me that maybe are funny or something that happened in the community. Just things you can relate to, maybe silly stories. Because again, the goal is always who doesn't want to start their day off with a smile or laughing about something, and they try not to go too heavy. So stick to the positive stuff. And it's certainly through what I mentioned where it caused me to write the book, through COVID and now tariffs or whatever, like there's a lot of negativity out there. Let's start the day off with a smile and a laugh. And that's always the goal, is to find that stuff that I can connect to the listener with and talk about that stuff. Yeah.
Well, perfect. Yeah, it's always great to start, like you said, with a lighter day, because it does. It gets heavy throughout the day depending on what kind of work you do and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always say we get up at silly o'clock, and it's great to have people that do our roads and nurses and people that are always up that early that are messaging me into the show and stuff like that, saying, "Hey, we're up too. Thanks for what you do." And I just love the community. I love people, and it's great to connect with them as well. And then now I don't know how early you get up normally in the morning. How early are you normally getting up?
I get up to get the kids off to school.
Yeah.
So I'm up probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But now it's weird how my like when I get to sleep in on the weekend, like sleeping in is no later than 7. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And I go to bed earlier, so I guess I'm getting older and now I'm starting to do that.
I was going to say it's age, because I have an internal clock, and it doesn't matter, be it the weekend, be it a day off.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
And I can either sit in bed and read,
Yeah.
or I just get up and move along with my day.
Yeah.
And I mean, I find that, if I laze around,
Yeah.
then my day is shot.
Exactly.
So I do need to get up, do stuff.
Oh, being an adult, it's unbelievable. But
is,
anyways,
it is.
you get to enjoy things like grilled cheese, which I'm very excited about. How long do you let the food sit to cool down so that you do not burn your mouth? What's the safety warning on this?
I think we're good. So a couple minutes
Yeah.
is all you really need.
Okay.
Thing is, with grilled cheese, if you leave it too long, then you don't have that ooze of the cheese, right?
This is also true. Yes. Okay.
All
Very
right.
excited.
So we're pretty much done right here. So I'll just
Cutting into
give
it.
those a cut in half,
Okay.
and then.
I'm not allowed to handle sharp knives, so usually I have to call my wife.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, honey, I need an adult, and she'll come over and cut it for me.
Absolutely.
So
So there's the grilled cheese right like that. And like I said, this one here is just a simple seed bread
yeah.
with Swiss cheese and apple, but you can go as simple as a couple slices of Wonder Bread, peel open a couple Kraft singles, put them in
Classics.
there, and
Yeah.
the classic. The one that you're going to have with your tomato soup or with or anything else.
Yeah.
But this one right here, like I said, right now this is Dominic's favorite. My son's favorite go-to is this variety.
Yeah.
And like with like people on the spectrum, it's you get into a groove of eating the same thing
Oh, yes.
ad nauseum until
Yeah.
you're done with it, and then you won't revisit that food for another year or so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, moving on. If he were to eat this right now, would he leave just the crust?
No, he likes the
He
crust.
does?
He does.
Oh, that's
but
amazing.
it's different because I work at the food bank,
Yeah.
and because he understands that food is a valuable commodity,
Yeah.
and he understands that there are people that do go hungry.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to waste. So, and
Very
that's
smart.
part, and that's kind of been not indoctrinated into him, but he knows that if you're going to eat something, eat it all and eat till you're full. Don't overindulge. So, and that's one of the things that he pushes. So
I got to instill that in my kids because they eat to the crust, and then I come in like a raccoon, like a trash panda, and I eat the crusts, and I'm the cleaner for the crusts usually in the house.
that's my job for pizza.
Oh, really?
Because nobody likes the crust but me. So yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
All right. Well,
is great.
there we go. Wow. Give it a try. Let me
Okay.
know what you think.
All right, let's do it. Oh, I love it.
It's nice. The nice sweetness of the apple kind of brings everything together.
Whoa. So good. Holy cow. And even I could make this.
Absolutely. Anyone can make it. That's why it's called Easy Eats, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does seem easy. I'm not very good at this stuff. I think I could handle it, but I'd also like to get your number in case I have any questions.
Absolutely. And if you need supervision, I'm sure that your wife was probably going to have
Yeah.
a hard time letting you play in the kitchen without the proper supervision. So
If she even sees me turn the oven on or the stovetop or whatever, she'll be like, "What are you doing?" But I promise to be safe. I've learned a lot here. This is fantastic, and this tastes delicious. I hope that I can replicate it after what you've taught me. This should be good.
sure you can. Thanks a lot, Dave, for being on today, talking about your books, talking about a little bit about what it's like to be an on-air personality. I mean, when you go out there into the public, you open yourself up to all kinds of criticism and all kinds of people. So it's great to have someone like you who's just open and upfront and let people into your life.
I'm happy to do so. It's funny because I can't even go to an event where I'm not emceeing it. All I want to do is get up on stage and get on the microphone. So I love doing it. I love our community. You embody that as well, what you do here, and it's fantastic. And it's just great. It's like I said, we're friends, we're family, we're neighbors. We come together, we do great things. And thanks for helping me out today, man, and hearing my story.
No, perfect. And thanks for being on.